Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about why Generation Z is the most conservative generation since World War II. First, we need to go over who Generation Z is. Generation Z is anyone born between 1995 and 2012. I was born in 1995 at the tail end of it, so I'm very, very thankful to have barely made it into Generation Z and not technically be a millennial. I'm very proud to be one of the forefront of my generation, Generation Z. That means that I can maybe have a little bit more influence on the younger part of my generation, such as people that I work with or go to school with or see at church or even just, anywhere around town. I've always had a conservative background. My parents are Christian and so am I. My family is listed as independent. However, we mostly always vote Republican, conservative, just because their views reflect Christianity the most. Here are 5 reasons why Generation Z is the most conservative generation since World War II. 1. Generation Z is very supportive of personal freedom. We are tired of the government telling us what to do as a whole, such as you have to buy health care, and if you don't buy health care, you get penalized. 2. Generation Z is strong on national security. We are tired of our government, especially the left, not doing anything to help our nation's security. Generation Z has been directly affected by 9/11. We have always had a sense of fear brought to us by our parents and other adults. For most of our lives, we have been at war in either Iraq or Afghanistan. We have not really known many times of peace. We have known many terrorist attacks since 9/11, most of which have been done by Arab people, unfortunately. And on the issue of national security, this doesn't just come down to actual terrorism. This can boil down to cyber attacks as well. As we become more modernized and use more technology, we have become very prone to cyber attacks. America, the USA, is listed as 14 on the top 50 countries to be vulnerable to cyber attacks. And in 2015, we had over 77,000 cyber attacks on our government or our electric grids. Now let that sink in. 77,000 cyber attacks. Okay, why are that many happening to us? Obviously, people are going to try to attack America through cyberspace, but why are that many getting through? Okay, they did not list attempted cyber attacks. These are ones that got through. Why is our national security lacking so much? And that was only in 2015. We all know about the major cyber attack that happened in 2016 under Obama's administration. So why have we not been stepping up our game to prevent cyber attacks? When surveyors polled some members of Generation Z, they found out that many of us were supportive of isolationism. Isolationism is defined as a policy of remaining apart from affairs or interests of other groups, especially the political affairs of other countries. Basically, we are tired of dealing with everyone's crap. We are more focused on our country than we are with everyone else's countries. Why is all of their problems in Iraq and Afghanistan and India and China, why is that our problem? That is their problem. If they want to kill themselves with their environmental issues, fine. The third reason why Generation Z is the most conservative since World War II is we have the internet and we know how to use it. We have the internet and we can do research on our own. We don't have to be spoon-fed lies from the mainstream media and other news outlets that oftentimes report false or very, very biased and manipulated facts.
You are fake news, sir.
A lot of times the media will only tell you what they want you to hear and not the whole story. They don't show you what's going on in Sweden. They don't show you what's going on in Iraq, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, all these heavily Muslim countries.
You are fake news, sir.
They don't tell you what's going on in Somalia and Ethiopia. Again, highly Muslim countries. They don't tell you all the evil that they are doing. They want you to think that Islam is your friend. Now, there are Muslims that are good people. Not all of them are bad, clearly. I'm not making an assumption about all Muslims. The most important thing about our generation when it comes to regards of internet usage is social media. You can see things that the mainstream media will not show you, and before the mainstream media will show you. Oftentimes with social media, we will see the raw, unedited versions of the stories that come up in the news. We will be able to see stories without their manipulation and biasness mixed into it.
You are fake news.
Sir.
The fourth reason is that Generation Z is more concerned with individualism than collectivism. Gen Z wants to help other people, but we understand that helping others starts with the self. But I will admit, some of our generation is too obsessed with the self through media such as Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. They only talk about themselves. They don't care about what's going on with other people. They're just concerned about themselves. That is true, but we're not talking about every Generation Z being a conservative or conservative leaning. We are talking about a fair chunk. On the statistics I saw, they were predicting about 40% of Generation Z being conservative. Generation Z being more concerned with individualism kind of goes back to point number one about the issue with personal freedoms. You can't change society as a whole by trying to flip it all at once. You can't just, it's not a pancake. You can't just flip it and then boom, everything's changing. No, you gotta do it bit by bit, piece by piece. You gotta be starting off with individuals, small groups. You can't just say, okay, we're just gonna do it this way, such as the case with healthcare. The fifth reason Generation Z is very conservative. We are tired of being told, you can't do that. And with this idea of you can't do that, we are sick and tired of safe spaces, people saying that our ideas are racist, sexist, we're bigots, Islamophobes, homophobes. No, we're sick and tired of that type of mentality. Just because we disagree with you doesn't mean that we hate you, and it doesn't mean that we fear you. We just disagree with you. What's so hard to understand about that? And most of the times when we disagree with you, it's something that has been not even a social norm, but a human norm ever since humans have been on this planet. Things such as transgenderism. I'm sorry, but that is absolutely absurd. Basically, the left is saying, if you don't say what we say, you don't think what we think, shut up, we don't like it, we're not gonna listen to you, you're wrong, we're right, deal with it.
I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
We're just tired of that. We've seen through their bullcrap. We know that they are great manipulators. They say that they love everybody, but they don't. They try to use people for manipulation. So those are the top 5 reasons for what I've researched as to why Generation Z is the most conservative generation since World War II. If you can think of anything else that you would like to add, or if you think that there's something that I got wrong, go ahead and comment down below. But please like and share this video, and if you enjoyed it enough, please subscribe. I'm gonna try to have more videos talking about social or political issues later on whenever I have a little bit more time.